Chapter 36 Buddha's Journey to Sri Lanka and the True History about Sri Lanka. About 2550 years ago, Siddhartha Gautama attained enlightenment by understanding Sanatana Dharma. He has visited Sri Lanka 3 times in the past 45 years. After the war between Rama and Ravana, there were problems between the Yaksha tribe living in Mahayana Sri Lanka, and the Buddha's first visit was to settle a conflict between the people of this Yaksha tribe. At that time, the deity named Saman, who was in charge of Adam's Peak, called Sripadasthanaya, who came to the place for the arrival of the Buddha. Then the deity of Saman received a bit of hair belongs to the Buddha as a souvenir. Meanwhile, the two brothers Chulodara and Mahodara, who lived in the kingdom of Nagadeepa, had been started a conflict for a gem chair. Buddha came to Sri Lanka for the second time to settle that. On this third visit to Sri Lanka, the Lord Buddha visited Kalaniya, Adam's Peak called Sripadasthanaya, Digavapiya and Anuradhapura, imparting his knowledge. In the meantime, there was a love affair between Princess Suppa, the king who ruled the land of Vanga in India, and a young man from the lion tribe living in the land of Lada in India. Then King of Vanga launched an operation to catch the young man of the lion tribe. Meanwhile, the newly eloped couple went to the forest and started living in a rock cave. Over time, they gave birth to twin children. His son was Sinhabahu and his daughter was Sinhasivali. 16 years passed. Sinhabahu went to the city with his mother and sister. The father of Sinhabahu heard they went to the city and he wanted to find them immediately and he came to the city. When he entered the city, he had a fight and he was killed in that fight. Over time, the Sinhabahu's grandfather who ruled Vanga area is dead. After the death, the king of Vanga, Sinhabahu became the king. Later, he established a new kingdom in Lada area and named it Sinhadesha. In the meantime, together with Sinhasivali, they adopted 32 children and the eldest of which was named Vijay. Gradually, growing up, Vijay was a quarrelsome person. He was a headache for the common people. Seeing the damage he was doing to Sinhadesha society, Sinhabahu exiled him and his 700 companions from the country. His and his companions' ships were caught in a storm and brought to the Tambapandi, Sri Lanka. Currently, Sri Lanka was ruled by the Yaksha tribe of Ravana's lineage. With the death of King Ravana, the next ruler of Sri Lanka had become a Vibhishana, who was greedy for power and greed, had thrown the Yaksha tribe people of Sri Lanka into chaos. Vibhishana, who was determined to control the power and country he could not control, had left Lanka's history into ruin. Also, the second destructive group from India, including the unscrupulous Vijay and his group, destroyed the history of Lak and started writing a new history in their name because they are pro-Indians. All these things doing with the princess of the Yaksha tribe named Kuveni. Till now, we have met two peoples who belongs to Yaksha tribe is betrayed Sri Lanka. It was Vibhishana and Princess Kuveni. Just think, in those days, they were not there, how Sri Lanka will be now. It is a precious dream I have ever seen in my life. Let's hope that day will come sooner and give some respect to the King Ravana and remind his name every time you have. When we remind his name, he will be awake and his soul will fit a human who can handle that soul. Then the Sri Lanka will shine all through the universe. Remember to worship every time you have that King Ravana.